We got a few,
So you,
we can start with the things that we have to do before we see the judge. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order and please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Roll call, Kobe.
Counselor Eater,
Here.
Counselor Astorga,
Here.
Counselor Donahue,
Here.
Counselor Ock,
Here.
Counselor Hooker,
Here.
Counselor Vasquez,
Here.
Counselor Powell,
Here.
Mayor Wall.
Here. Okay. So do we have any presentations scheduled, Colby?
Yes, that's the way we're gonna do the swearing in during the presentations portion, but we still don't have Judge Lori here, so we can,
We have two action items before we do the swearing
let me
in.
see, we do have the resolution that has to be done before the swearing.
Right.
And then the certificate I handed out prior to the meeting, so we can go from the resolution right to swearing.
Okay, great. So let's do the resolution. So we didn't have this information at our December meeting, so the council has not certified the results, so we have to do that. And we have resolution 1562. If you don't approve it, I don't know what we're gonna do, so.
I move to approve resolution 1562, canvassing the votes cast at the general election on November 8th, 2022. Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 1562. We have a roll call, please.
Counselor Powell,
Aye.
Counselor Vasquez,
Aye.
Counselor Eater,
Aye.
Counselor Hooker,
Aye.
Counselor Astorga,
Aye.
Counselor Donahue,
Aye.
Counselor Ock,
Aye.
Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay, so the election is over. Congratulations to everyone who was elected and or appointed. So we're still waiting for the we could skip the item C and go to item D. Would that work? Okay. So let's move on to item D. Our annual audit, which we received a copy of tonight. And is Brad here? Oh, okay. I only get to see him in 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, Brad, you're up.
Okay, I didn't know if you ever wanted to do an introduction or anything, but.
Go for it.
Okay. I just wanted to before you go. Yeah, so I'm Brad Bingenheimer, partner with the firm of Singer Lee Wack. And we once again had the pleasure of serving as the city's auditor for the year ended June 30, 2022. And we've issued our report on the city's financial statements that you have in front of you. A couple things to point out. First thing this year, our report looks a little different. It used to be like a 2-page document. Now it's like 3 pages. We had new standards that we implemented. Hopefully makes it a little easier to read. I don't know. Because right now, it used to be our old audit report, you had to read like to the bottom of the, or the top of the second page before you got to our actual opinion. It's now our second paragraph. But essentially, the report says that in our opinion, these financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position and results of operations of the city for the year ended June 30, 2022 on the modified cash basis. So these financial statements are not presented in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. The city uses a modified cash basis instead. It's a little bit more simplified approach to financial reporting and probably a lot more easier to understand. With some of the things that they've done with generally accepted accounting principles, a lot of organizations feel are not necessary, create additional costs and time to have the audit done. So the city is elected to report on a modified cash basis, as they have for a long time. So where did the city end up? Well, looking at your governmental activities include the general fund, the street fund, the housing rehab fund, the transportation system development charges, park system development charges, and the library endowment fund. So those funds encompass your governmental activities. And the governmental activities ended the year with total assets of $4,745,000. Whereas your business type activities, and the business type activities are the water, sewer, and stormwater funds. That ended the year with total assets of $5.4 million. So overall, your total assets, total cash basically at the end of the year was just over $10 million. The city does report a little bit of liabilities for some deposits it's holding. But other than that, we don't report any liabilities on the modified cash basis of accounting. So the net position is basically equal to the cash position of it's just over $10 million. The city has total revenues of just over $5 million for the year ended June 30, 22. And you had a total increase in your net position between the governmental and the business type of $1.6 million. Large part of that is in the general fund. So your general fund this last year had total revenues of just over $2 million, total expenditures of $2.5 million, and then other funds transferred money into the general fund of $1.3 million. So the general fund had an increase in fund balance of $781,000. Now, that's largely attributable to some unspent grant funds that the city has received. So the city received a significant amount of money under the American Recovery Plan Act, ARPA as we call it. Those funds have not yet been expended by the city. Those are going to be spent in the current fiscal year, and actually you have until December 31st, 2026 to spend those. So you have time to spend those still. Let's go, and your general fund, all the expenditures were within budgetary authority. In fact, all your funds were all within the budgetary authority. There were no over expenditures, so everything was done in accordance with the budget. And in addition to our report on the financial statements, we also give a report under the requirements of Oregon minimum standards. Oregon minimum standards requires auditors of municipalities to look at specific Oregon laws and regulations to see if the cities comply with those. And so we looked at those in accordance with the requirements, and we didn't find any instance of non-compliance. The other part of that report talks very briefly about internal controls. As part of every audit, we as auditors come in and we gain an understanding of your organization's internal controls. Basically, who does what, who has control of what assets when, and we trace those through the system. Just see, are there any weaknesses in that? Because if there's weaknesses, obviously those are things that we'd like to see improved upon. And I'm happy to report that we did not know anything that we would consider to be a material weakness or significant deficiency in your internal controls. So that's kind of my report on the audit. I'm open to any questions you might have of me.
Any questions from council? Start with you, Joe. You have anything? Tony?
Thank you.
Okay. No, no. Well,
So I want to say thank you to the city staff. City staff is great to work with. You know, we as auditors come in and we're disruptives. You know, we disrupt their normal flow. We ask 1,000,001 questions, ask for 1,000,001 documents. City staff has always been very easy to work with in terms of, you know, providing us what we need, helping us, you know, get through the audit. So I want to say thank you to the city staff. You know, their efforts make our audit that much easier to accomplish in a timely manner. So I want to say thank you to Terry and her staff.
And I likewise want to say that it's been a pleasure working with you for the last 2 years, and I look forward to working with you as many years as the law allows.
Well, there's no limitation under law, so it's however long you want.
so with this, all this love, are we gonna get a discount next year? That ass, Okay.
So thank you very much.
Thank
All right, Thank you for coming.
You bet.
Right, I'd say good job, to the staff. For what appears to be a very clean audit, and hopefully we'll keep that up.
Ready to get sworn in, Mayor?
Where are we going? Oh. Going back to item C, 4C, and we are going to be swearing in a few people. Maybe.
Maybe.
Up front? You up front?
I put the oath of office forms on the end of that.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I just cut myself, so it has blood.
Oh, no, sealed in blood. That's official.
Fingerprint. So now do we have to do ours too? Do we have to cut our fingers?
Right.
Yeah, we don't have to
Yeah.
I guess there's a Kleenex up
Yeah,
there.
there is.
Thank you, that's probably a good idea, so I don't even know how I did it.
So for those who don't know, this is Judge Gloria Kukulis. Kukulis.
Thank you.
That's even better. And she is our municipal judge, and she's going to swear us in.
Okay. And so are these all the
Yeah,
same?
they're all different. They all have a different name on them.
Okay, so, and how would you like me to, rather than, do you want me to go through each name, or how would you like me to do it all? I usually do one for several folks,
Oh,
but
okay.
I could do each one.
We've all done them separately.
I'll do them separately then, what the heck, that'll be, okay.
Also do it as a group and have a signing part.
I'll do it individually, all right, so Pete Wall.
That's me.
Thank you for.
Trust me, I
Raise your right
already-
hand. Repeat after me. I, Pete Wall,
I, Pete Wall,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully and honorably conduct myself in the office of mayor for the city of Mount Angel, Want to do that again? Okay.
Then I will
And honorably
and honorably
conduct myself in the office of mayor
conduct myself in the office of mayor
for the city of Mount Angel,
of the city of Mount Angel,
to which I have been elected
which I have been elected
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God. Thank
All
you.
right. Sign at the end or each, how do you like to do it? Each one sign
Yes.
as we do it?
Sure.
Yeah, that's
While
probably
he's
the
up
safest
there.
way to go.
Getting your steps in today.
Oh, come on, I'm not that bad. I slipped one for you.
Uh-oh. We have blood on it.
We do, yours has blood on it. What a way to start.
Probably won't be the last time.
It's a first for me too. All right, great leaders. All right. I, Ray Eater,
I, Ray Eater,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully and honorably
and I will faithfully and honorably,
conduct myself in the office of city councillor
and I will conduct myself in the office of city councillor
for the city of Mount Angel,
for the city of Mount Angel,
to which I have been elected
to which I have been elected
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Matthew Donahue. Raise your right hand. I, Matthew Donahue,
I, Matthew Donahue,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of
that I
America
will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully and honorably
and I will faithfully and honorably
conduct myself
conduct myself
in the office of city councillor
in the office of city councillor
for the city of Mount Angel,
for the city of Mount Angel,
to which I have been elected
to which I have been elected
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Next we have Tony Astorga. Raise your right hand. I, Tony Astorga,
I, Tony Astorga,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of
that I
America
will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
and the Constitution of the state of, and laws of the state of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and honorably
and honorably
conduct myself
conduct myself
in the office of city councillor
in the office of city councillor
for the city of Mount
for
Angel,
the city of Mount Angel,
to which I have been elected
to which I have been elected
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right. Thank you. Last but not least. I just say his name last time. Thank you. Joseph Fowl. I, Joseph Fowl,
I, Joseph Fowl,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Oregon,
and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Oregon.
and that I will faithfully
I will faithfully
and honorably
and honorably
conduct myself
conduct myself
in the office of city councillor
in the office of city councillor
for the city of Mount Angel,
for the city of Mount Angel,
to which I've been elected.
to which I've been appointed.
To the best of my
To
ability,
the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
All right.
Use that word, could appointed. Perfect. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Okay,
Did she get a good look at our face in case we ever have to go before the judge?
I hope so.
Leniency.
Well, I don't know if that would help.
If you do, just say hi, Lori, and see what happens.
Yeah.
How you doing? Okay, let's move right along. Any interested citizens? Colby?
I did not have anybody contact me via email or at the office. Does anybody here wish to speak tonight? Then was there, oh, go ahead.
I'm here, Ray had asked me to come and talk tonight,
Okay,
as a representative for the, senior center,
okay,
community center. So we were made aware that, the city might be interested in asking us to pay a little bit more rent than what we currently pay, which is very little. And we understand that, you spend a lot of money for the upkeep of the building, and we really appreciate that. And that our rent obviously doesn't come close to paying for any of that. But, you know, we are a nonprofit, and both our current director and our previous director probably put in as many volunteer hours as they do paid hours, and we wouldn't stay open without our volunteers, which we have a lot of. So we don't really have loads of money, but so we also wanted to let you know the history that you might not know of the building and how the city came to acquire it and why we're your renters. So back in the 70s, Helen Lambert had the idea to create the senior center, the community center, and Amor Burning had written a grant for us, which we got. And with that money, we wanted to buy the building. So Al Wilde owned the building first, and then Al Gregory bought it. And then if you look up in the records, it went from Al Gregory right to the city of Mount Angel. But the money for the building came from the grant that Amor had written for us. So we had made a deal apparently. So I got this from my Uncle Tom Unger. He was on the board for 40 years. I think he's the only living person that was on the board back then. But so that's what happened. And instead of it coming through the senior center, it went right to the city. And that was just to avoid taxes and things because, you know, we knew that we weren't going to be able to afford that kind of stuff. So, so that's why the agreement was that we would just pay $1 a year because we had given the building. And it only makes sense because there's no reason why this city would have bought the building just to rent it to the senior center for $1 a year, right? So I think that's, even though it seems strange, the way it went from Al Gregory to the city, it was the money that the senior center got. So, so we would be able to pay more per year. We decided that, you know, we could pay maybe $100 a year. Right now, we're paying $1 a year, you know, but we can't pay $100 a month or something like that. So just wanted to let you know how we see it, and hope that that is maybe something that the city would be happy with. But if not, please let us know. But, you know, we also would like, we've wanted for a long time to just have a simple lease, which we don't have currently. But just something very simple. We had the past city administrator who had some kind of an idea that we should buy the building at some point, but we would be buying our own building back after we gave to the city. So anyway, so that's kind of how we feel about it, that we can do more than what we're doing, but not a lot more. So. Anybody have any questions?
So was this all word of mouth, like just a handshake and an agreement back,
Yeah, back in the day.
a gentleman's
yeah.
agreement, basically?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Obviously, everybody knew what was going on then, but you know, that was 40 years ago.
How much was the grant for?
I don't know, but I imagine it was whatever the price of the building was, or maybe a little bit more. You know, Amart's not around anymore, but that's the information we have, so.
That amount?
You don't have records?
Not that we know of, you know, and obviously the city doesn't have, you think the city would have the records, right? Because that would have been written down somewhere. But one would assume from council meetings or minutes from council meetings, if somebody can, I don't know if you keep records that long ago, maybe somebody could go back and look. We'd be happy to have that. So.
You know what year that was?
I don't right now off the top of my head, but you can look it up in the, you know, the county records for,
Okay,
you know,
okay, yeah,
who owns the building. So I think it was like 73 or something like that.
okay. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a question. So you understand the need for us to have a lease that's legal that.
Right. Yes.
And there's no opposition to the
No, we want
idea
to,
of having a lease.
no, we want one, but the last administrator, it was very complicated, and it was, I think it was started off with $500 a year, and then it went to, we have to buy the building from the city, and we should get a lawyer basically to, you know, it was more than we felt was required. We thought we could just have a simple lease, and if you understood the situation with the building, that, you know, if we ever leave, obviously the city owns the building, they can sell it for whatever the market value is, you know, it's not. You know, and we understand, like I said, that it costs money to keep the building up, but, you know, at some point, the city will own the building, surely, and can do with it what they want. So. Anything else? No? Yeah,
Does the senior center currently cover all their own utilities?
yes,
And they take care of the upkeep in the interior, and the city does
yes,
the exterior.
so that's our agreement, is we keep up with the interior. For the most part, there was water damage from the roof, and the ceiling tiles, I think, had to be replaced. But yeah. You know, and if there's something more that the city would like to see, you know, feel free to talk to us about it, but. All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me. I think you can sign.
Oh, sorry.
Just for the record.
Sure.
So our school superintendent, Rachel Stuckey, is with us tonight. Thank you for coming. Did you have anything you'd like to say to us?
Good evening, just very happy to be here and to start moving forward in my partnerships within the community, and ready to be here.
Good, thank you.
Really,
You're always welcome.
thank you.
We don't get a lot of audiences, so come on anytime. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to review accounts payable number 6. The council questions on the accounts payable? I'll start with Ray.
No, I don't have anything.
Shelley?
On page 18, what is the Chris Kendall Mark tree stand that was $1,100 and 74.20?
Could you speak up? I didn't hear what you asked.
The Chris Kendall Mark tree stand. So 1174.
Yeah, so that was, let me find it. Well, I'm assuming it was,
It's on page 18.
yeah, that was the, we put the Christmas tree stand in the ground, so we bought concrete and pipe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like,
And
it's a very elaborate tree stand.
I think you're gonna say the same thing I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
We use Marion County Prosperity Initiative grant money to
Yeah.
pay for that.
Oh,
So it wasn't out of our own.
okay. I was like, what did you guys do? Because I didn't see it. I was sick that weekend. So I was like, did I miss out on something really spectacular on that tree? And the other question that I had is on page 22. The parks portable toilet rentals. And I know this has come up before, and we took away the public toilets by the gazebo and made them rentals. Is that gonna be like a forever thing? Because it's more cost effective to just rent every month?
Well, we were spending a lot of staff money rehabbing those
Rehabbing them.
bathrooms every weekend and having our staff exposed to potential lawsuits, liabilities, you know, workers' comp claims for sanitary issues.
Stuff that was, oh, yeah, okay,
It was very icky.
yeah, I remember, I do remember that, but I wasn't sure if that was just gonna be an ongoing thing or if there was a solution to making them be public bathrooms in some way.
For all the parks, or is that just for one?
What page was that?
It's page
22.
22,
I believe it's all.
Oregon
I
Sewer
think
Drain.
Yeah, that's
I think it's
all.
all,
Yep.
because they're at Ebner too, aren't they? They're at Ebner.
They're at
too.
every park,
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that you guys couldn't decide that you wanted to do something different.
It's true.
I clean preschool toilets, I don't need to clean the parks, sorry.
We were
That-
also,
That was the only other question that I had.
I just wanted to mention, we were also
Yeah.
spending a lot of money on paper products.
Oh, yeah,
People would steal them.
stealing
Mhm.
soap, paper. Use the electrical outlets in there probably too. Yeah. Okay. That was all I had.
Joe? Nothing?
I had one question, for from West Tech, the sub 2201 dash BORU, it's on packet page 27. Is that the subdivision that's potentially gonna be going up here at the end of college? Going out of town there? Was that just them looking into it, or? It looks like engineering fees or something.
You're asking about sub 2022-01.
Yeah,
You want to know the location of that?
yeah, or what that is, yeah.
Let's see, what was the last number?
Boru. BORU.
Oh, Baru.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's the one off of Academy Street.
Okay,
It's gonna be, I believe it was an 8-lot subdivision.
all right.
Yeah, that was approved, gosh, quite a few months ago. But that fee on there, that charge, I would have to see it honestly.
Well, it's reimbursed by.
Oh, okay, then yes,
Yeah.
that was part of the subdivision process then.
Okay, I was like, what is that? That's all I wanted to know what it was.
Oh, okay.
I do not have anything.
No question. And I don't have any questions, so. Right along. We move to the consent agenda, which has one item to approve our council meeting minutes of December 5th, 2022. If there are no corrections or questions, I will entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the consent agenda.
One second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Roll call, please.
Counselor Ah,
Hi.
Counselor Bao.
Aye.
Counselor Vasquez,
Hi.
Counselor Eager,
Aye.
Counselor Hofer,
Aye.
Counselor Astorga,
Aye.
Counselor Donahue, Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay. Thank you. Now we'll move on to new business. Item A is a budget calendar for fiscal year 23-24. Information only. Have any comments on that, staff? Jared, do you have anything that you'd like to say to council?
No, just be sure to keep those evenings open.
I just wrote those down so I'd remember what days they were. Stuck them on the calendar already. Because it's up to 5 Thursdays, right? But not necessarily 5.
And we can do, we can, if we get to an unprecedented discussion, we can add dates.
Okay.
She's very excited. This thing just keeps popping up year after year. I don't get it. Okay. So now. This is a fun one. Okay, I'm going to call to order the joint meeting of the Mount Angel City Council and our local contracting review board. So that meeting is called to order now, and we will move on to a public hearing on a resolution amending the public contracting rules for the city of Mount Angel. Public hearing is held for the purpose of taking comments on the city's draft findings supporting the exemption of certain classes of special procurements and public improvement contracts from competitive bidding requirements. And we've had one session on this in the past, so I will turn this over to staff.
We're open for public comment, so if there's anybody that wants to make public comment.
Probably not. Okay. There are no public comments. So then I will close the public hearing. And we will move on to the resolution adopting new public contracting rules. Anything else now?
Sure, I can just state that there are really only two major changes from the last rules that we adopted in September, I believe. And that is stated on the cap there. One, an increase in the small procurement threshold for public improvement contracts from 5,000 to 10,000, which now matches the threshold for goods and services contracts. And then public hearings are no longer necessarily required for public improvement contract exemptions, but instead, if a notice is requested, notice is required, but if a hearing is requested, then we should hold a hearing. And these will continue to pop up as the local government law group adjusts them for legislation. So you'll see these a lot more often now that we have contracted with them.
Any questions by council?
I think Tara just answered my question, but I know that.
Sorry.
So, in the event that the policy option package goes through this legislative session, that I know the DPO council is putting together, that they're increasing limits for the state spending. So this LGLG will review that and let us know how that applies and where we have the authority or we can expand our abilities.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm. Yeah, they track all those changes for us.
okay. Check that out.
Okay. Any other questions of council? Okay, we have a resolution before us. If I can find it, I'll. Okay. Page 40. Oh, it's way back. That's why.
Everybody's got the motion.
Okay, so we have resolution number 1561. If there are no other questions or comments by council, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve resolution 1561, opting out of the AG's model public contracting rules and amending public contracting rules for the city of Mount Angel.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve resolution 1561. Roll call, please.
Counselor Donahue,
Aye.
Counselor Ock,
Aye.
Counselor Powell,
Aye.
Counselor Vasquez,
Aye.
Counselor Eater,
Aye.
Counselor Hofer,
Aye.
Counselor Astorga,
Aye.
Mayor Wall.
Aye. And I'm assuming we don't have to do a vote for as a local contract review board, or do we?
You are the
I
local.
know we are, but we don't have to do it twice.
No.
Okay. Then we won't. Okay. So we're going to move on to item 8C, which is resolution.
You need to officially adjourn.
I'm going to adjourn the meeting, the joint meeting. It's adjourned. Now we'll move back to our regular meeting. We have item 8C, which is check signers. Resolution 1563. This adds our city manager as a check signer.
Yeah, so
It's about time, huh?
I reckon.
Back at page 149.
I'm too confused.
It's a big package.
Okay, resolution 1563, and it adds the city manager as a signer. So I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve resolution 1563, designated authorized check signers within the council body and city staff effective January 3rd, 2023.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to resolution 1563. We have roll call, please.
Counselor Astorga,
Aye.
Counselor Donahue,
Aye.
Counselor Ock,
Aye.
Counselor Powell,
Aye.
Counselor Vasquez,
Aye.
Counselor Eater,
Aye.
Counselor Hofer,
Aye.
Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay,
Guess I should have said your full name.
moving right along. We're up to item number D, which is elect city council president. We're required to do this every odd number of year. numbered here. And presently, Councilor Eder is our council president, which he was appointed to in the fall. And that term has expired, so we need to appoint a council president for the next 2 years. And I'll turn that over to council.
I see the new guy. I think everybody's staring at it, right?
I know. I wrote
I
no.
did
Don't
vote.
stare. Vote the way I always did for you.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yes, I do. I do. Okay. So we have, do I have a motion for a council president, please?
Are you okay with it?
Sure.
I don't want to save you from having to buy a new name.
I'm already mad at you.
Thank you. I move to elect Ray Eder as council president for a 2-year term ending December 31st, 2024.
Second.
Sorry.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded
You want me to vote no, right? I'll be the one guy.
to elect Ray Eder as council president for a 2-year term ending December 31st, 2024.
We need to tear off a corner of our packet and Colby for voting.
No secret ballots.
He read it.
No secret ballot.
Well, it's highlighted.
I know.
Okay,
Talk about that next.
Okay.
can I have the,
All right,
Council
Councilor
that shouldn't be in there, aye.
Councilor Astorga,
Aye.
Councilor Donahue,
Aye.
Councilor Hawk,
Aye.
Councilor Cloud,
Aye.
Councilor Vasquez,
Aye.
Councilor Eder, how do you feel about it?
Nay.
I had a feeling. Very well.
well, you negated me then. I'm gonna vote yes.
No one will be praying more for you.
Was it close, Colby?
Right here for the
Was
next.
it close?
It was close.
Was it close?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations
Well,
to
thank you.
our
Must be a little trust here.
council president, and he did a
You're gonna
marvelous
be here all
job.
the time anyway, so it ain't gonna matter.
Hopefully. Okay, so we're done with that. And the next item is, we have been lax, I guess, in reviewing our city council rules. We're supposed to do it every year or so. But we haven't, so we have it on the agenda. There are a couple of changes that, potential changes that the city manager and staff has found out. And what I'd like you to do is take this home and read it and be prepared at the next meeting to suggest any changes that you have. It's actually been working pretty well for a long time, but if there's something in there that you think should change, be ready to discuss it at the next meeting. And do you have anything to add to?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So on page 3, you'll see a highlighted line there. Third paragraph, ballots will be cast by paper and the vote tabulated by staff. So that's technically unlawful. So we need to remove that from the council rules. And then on page 5, section 5 under Sergeant at Arms. And I highlighted probably the most important part. This regards to the decorum and order of a public meeting, violation of any city ordinance, the Sergeant at Arms may place such person under arrest. We have no code that is higher than an infraction, so it would be unlawful for myself or anyone else to cause an arrest to occur. So that needs to be changed to applicable Oregon revised statutes. Just to make sure that we're completely lawful. Those are the only 2 changes that I could find in the council rules that you might be interested in. But as the mayor said, if there's anything else, I'm Joshua not saying anything, but we'll revisit this at the next council meeting.
Okay, thank you. So I have that on the February agenda. Now we're going to move on to city manager's report.
Well, we're moving along. Faster. Only a couple things. Number one, congrats to our new counselor and to the rest of you for being reelected. I look forward to working with you all very much over this next year or so. So thank you very much. Congratulations. Just a reminder to council that Sergeant Hall's headed off to the FBI National Academy. And he actually flies out to Quantico this Saturday for 10 weeks of training. And we'll get him back, but it's going to be very exciting for him and his family and everything else. And we're in a really great spot right now, and I can't wait to see him when he gets done. And trust me, he'll look a lot different, and he might sound a little different when he comes back. So it's pretty cool.
I have a question on that. Do they get a break? Do they get to come home during
So
10 weeks?
the FBI flies them out and the FTI flies them out. Charlie and I are working on, most agencies will fly their folks home for a break or for, a touch base with your family somewhere in that 10 weeks. My agency didn't do that for me, so I did that myself and I did that. But my intent is to fly Charlie home, but we need to coordinate when that will be because his family may actually take a trip to Texas for 3 weeks and visit family down in Texas. So we'll see when and if that's possible. And if it's possible, we're going to make it happen. And then he's got some other training opportunities that he's going to be able to get to go to, one in Philadelphia, one in New York City. And it's just absolutely phenomenal, the training and the opportunities that he's going to get. So mostly all paid for by the FBI, but a couple of the extra little training opportunities will be paid by the city.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And just to let you know, I'm sure rumors have gotten around as well they do. I met with the property owners in regards to the West Markham sanitary sewer project and the easements. And I'll use their words, not mine. Looks like we have tentative agreement on the easements. So I have a few homework assignments left and then have to redo a couple Scrivener errors in a couple of the agreements. But I intend on getting back with them probably within the next week. We'll have a meeting with Colby and we'll sign and we'll get this thing moving ahead. So it was a great meeting we had last week. They got a hold of me and we met for 2 hours in a very, very cold barn, but we had a very productive meeting and it was awesome. So we'll be moving ahead very, very soon.
This is good news.
And then the last thing I was actually going to mention, the next thing on my list is to work on the senior center. So I was interested to hear her speak and get that lease going. But the last thing I have will be that next week I'll be attending an annual training conference in Seaside on Wednesday and Thursday, but I'll be coming back on Friday morning for our dark meetings because we've got 3 pretty decent sized projects that are wanting to build here in Angel, and it's pretty exciting. So I'll be coming back from my conference early to make sure that I'm there for the dark meetings. And then I'm just going to yield and go around the table and check in with city staff in the event that Tara or anybody's got anything. So Tara, anything that you'd like to?
No, nothing that sticks out that I should.
Okay, Colby?
No, like you just said, it's been a little quiet over the holidays, but I expect it to ramp back up in the way of development. And we do have some darks coming up that are fairly substantial projects. It'll take quite a bit of planning on both for the city and for the prospective developer. So we're very interested to see what they're gonna bring to the table and what that might mean for us as a city.
No. Okay, Becky.
I'm just really pleased with the progress of our new employee. Katie was out today and KB, it's confusing. But KB did a great job filling in and she's taking over stuff for me and I'm really happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I have to offer. So I will conclude my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, council. Let's start with Shelley. No, Ray. Okay. Council President.
So a couple things. With that being said about the sewer trunk line, when does that go to bid?
Well, it'll all depend on when I get the agreements signed, sealed and delivered. And then my intention is to get in touch with West Tech very, very quickly and get the rest of the planning, the drawings done and get that to bid as soon as possible.
So are we still going down Mount Angel Jervis? Or are we going cross country?
No, we're going. Memory serves me, and I don't have everything in front of me, but we're going across the Byers, and then we're coming out onto Mount Angel Jervis Road. Then we're going down Mount Angel Jervis Road and then straight down the gravel drive. Going to make a slight jaunt to the right and then join our existing pipe. And I believe that's how it's going to go.
There was no talk of going back through railroads.
I didn't bring that up with them. It's interesting, they kind of brought it up a couple times, but there really isn't a need to go back and revisit that and rehash it. And we have a good plan, so we'll move forward.
Other than the cost was a lot more going Mount Angel Jervis, what I remember.
Probably. But I think we've got sufficient funds in the grants that we were able to procure. So moving ahead as quickly as possible, I think is really important thing, rather than go back over and try and rework this. And the only things that the Guerrero's traders were most interested in was just making sure that whatever we do, we leave it better than we found it. Which I agree with.
And another thing, with the last power outages, we talked about this maybe a year or two ago about getting the rest of those trees topped on South Main Street.
You mentioned that to me when we were saying.
Exactly. There's about 3 trees left. And I think PG will kind of cut them, the tops them off down to the power lines if they're asked.
Okay, I'll ask.
And that would probably alleviate a lot of that problem along there, because there's nothing left in any of the other trees.
I'll ask, I'll let you know what we
Okay.
I had 2 quick things. It is more upfront to stay in the street, but I think ultimately it's a better decision, just from the standpoint of the long-term liability and maintenance that the city will own for that right away. But speaking of the power outage, did our generator kick on? Did all that work?
So the generator does not automatically kick on. As a matter of fact,
Transfer switch on it.
well, there's a transfer switch, but it's not automatic.
Okay.
And we didn't lose power in City Hall until about, I forget, I can look and see exactly what time it was, but it was in the evening. Everybody had gone home. We only had one employee on duty, which was a police officer. And he called me when he lost power. We had a conversation about whether or not he, really needed power or not. And he didn't, because he can accomplish everything from the front seat of his car.
Yeah, just jump in there.
And so I had him communicate with me as soon as the power did come on. And there was, he was like a little nervous about it. And I said, no, just go down and talk with the PG folks, find a manager and find out exactly what they're doing. Because what they did was they shut down that portion of the grid so that they could do some power line work, because those lines run from the substation across the highway, across the old property, the fire site, and then they run over onto South Main. And because of the work that they had to do, and there's some pull on those wires, they needed to shut that. So we lost power at City Hall for a short period of time, but it was a thing.
I don't blame them. I didn't bother digging my generator up either.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Shelley?
I signed up for that newly elected officials class in Kaiser, the LOC. that Joe and I are gonna go to, right, Joe?
As soon as Joe gets that day off of work, yeah.
I did it online 2 years ago, but I think it'd be way better in person. When they go to that, otherwise I don't.
It used to be a great class, so hopefully it still is.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be better in person.
Matt? Nothing?
No, nothing.
The school is, oh, you're closed.
Just got back, so.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Okay, Joe?
Actually, since Rachel's here, we'll talk about it real quick. I did go back and verify that the school district owns the tennis courts. But I believe those are the only tennis courts in town. And then there are no other ones. And so I know Rachel would be open to partnership opportunities and use type agreements that would lend themselves to assistance in getting those redone, I believe. So I'll just leave it at that for future conversation.
Well, thank you. I saw her nod her head. So, anything else? Joe? No? Tony?
Chief, I remember asking about the $11,000 bill from West Tech. I never got any information about it.
Okay.
That was back in November, I believe. So I'm just reminding you about it. I would like a breakdown of what he was working on. And if it was
Okay,
for the trunk line, that'd be great.
okay,
Yeah, we emailed back and forth.
And this kind of goes back to the accounts payable, but I saw we were charged multiple times in the last 4 months for contract negotiations and for some police union thing. And what I'm wondering is, where are we at in the process for this new contract? Because I saw Public Works was pretty quick and it didn't seem like it required a whole lot. I went and asked an association member how the process was going, and they said they haven't reached a contract agreement yet. They didn't believe that they were allowed to talk to council regarding details of the contract during deliberations. So I want to ask the city where we stand and where we are with that, because you know, it's quite a lot for lawyers' fees to keep going with this. And the sooner we can put a stop to that, I mean, just spending money, and I feel like if it's something that we can take care of in-house, that would be great. And Joe already asked, but I want to ask again, why don't we have an automatic switch on the generator for City Hall? I understand that, and the thing is if we don't have an automatic switch, then can we train folks on how to turn that generator on so that things are running that are critical, such as computers and lights? I know, I don't care if I'm in the dark, but I know our employees need to be safe and have lights and, you know, a place to go to where it's warm. So it's just, if we can train folks up on how to do it off hours or even during holidays when we're not here, or when you're not here, that's just another valuable asset to have, you know, more than one person knowing how to do it and getting it going. So just some redundancy is what I'm asking for, not necessarily you be there 24/7 and say, yeah, I'm just gonna flip the switch.
I'm probably not gonna be there, so.
Yeah, and so training the folks to do it, you know.
That's very simple.
Yeah, so I'm just, those three things is all I really had, so.
So do you want an official response back from our attorney as far as where we're at on negotiations? Because I don't think this is exactly the forum to.
No, I don't. I just want to know, you know, why it's taking so long. That's cool. I don't know the details, and honestly, to me, it doesn't matter. But I just know that we're spending money where I don't think we should have. It should have been taken care of as quickly as possible. And in a time constraint, I know that there's things that you guys are probably not privy to, or not privy, but allowed to say, and I understand and I respect that and appreciate that. But it seems like most contracts, especially with smaller cities, they go pretty quick. So that's just, in my experience, it's always been, oh, the contract's coming up, no big deal. It goes through. So I'm just was wondering, at least in my experience, most contract renewals were pretty cut and dry. There are maybe a few things they hashed out, and it, you know, there's a little bit of back and forth, but this, you know, this is taking quite a bit. I mean, most of the time they're done by July or August, or in September, so. Just,
So you want a special meeting of council and we can bring in our attorney to give you a full
yeah, sure,
update?
yes, that would be great.
You want a special meeting of council?
We could do a special meeting, yes. I'd like to know exactly what's going on in that meeting.
Okay, when would council like to have this special meeting?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't even considered it myself. Anybody? Is there any reason why we need a special meeting?
We just talking executive session.
Because if
at the
we're-
next meeting.
Or we could do an executive session at the next meeting.
If we're concerned about attorney fees, if we have a special meeting, it's gonna add to our attorney fees.
Okay, well,
So
I just want to know why we're spending so much on the attorney fees.
we could maybe have an update in the executive session at our February meeting.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have more news by then.
We'll plan for an executive session and we'll have our attorney here, probably online, be able to,
Yeah.
be able to
And we don't want her driving up for that.
give you an update.
Okay, good, thank you.
You're welcome.
And okay, David had anything. Where am I? Where's my agenda? What do I owe? Huh. Okay. Oh, mayor's report. Oh, that's me. Happy New Year, everyone. Looking forward to a productive year. Hopefully we'll get our infrastructure committee back to work. And I'm gonna send out probably in the next couple of weeks, a survey to council to ask you what some of your priorities are as we move into this year. So that we're not working in a vacuum, we can all have our input on what we think is important. And then finally, if anyone has any questions or anything they'd like to discuss with me, you have my phone number, and I'm always willing to discuss things and see if we can just keep the information flowing. All right, nothing else. That's gonna do it. We're adjourned.